Welcome back. It's another real quick lightning news flash today. We've got a serious unboxing tonight. Not going to take us too long, but man, this is important. There's something that I just had to get. Deal came in and I said, I'm getting it. I'm doing it.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
And I can dig it. So first of all, there was something that I had that I did not open on the last one. So I thought, let's take care of this because this thing is important. Now, something that I've got coming up soon is I'm going to be talking about things that I put together on CD, you know, like we used to do mixtapes back in the day. But pretty soon here, I'm going to be getting into some of these collections that I put together. And we're going to be talking about some of these kind of silly projects that came together over the years, like Cool Rock. Yeah. It's really not what you think it is. It's not even what they thought it was all those years ago, but that's another thing. So let's go ahead and get into these real quick. So what we got is something that the other day I decided I was getting kind of chilly here at the show. So I thought to myself, I need to get myself on to TeePublic and I got to pick up some stuff. So I got me a Go Game Go hoodie and here we go. I did it. There we go. Got the hoodie for this. So I'll tell you what, let's try it on real quick. It'll keep me warm while I'm doing this. Oh yeah. Much better. Ho, 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 ho. That looked good. So I'm going to work on this logo a little bit too, with some of the pieces that are white in here. So keep an eye out for that, and I will get you a link for that straight away. Now, here we go. This is the big thing. Also, I was looking into that interesting something that was said by this guy many years ago now, where he was talking about rock being dead. And then also I'm going to couple that with kind of a reaction video to a Rick Beato video that I watched this morning that was kind of interesting. It was a quick video, a little over 8 minutes, and some things that he was talking about some analytics that he had gotten from a company that charted. They got a hold of him and they do some charts and they figure out what's trending and what's popular, this kind of thing. So anyway, I'm going to do a quick reaction video with that, and I'm going to couple it with the Gene Simmons thing. So that's going to be coming up real soon too. I'm really enjoying this week, getting some different video things put out, and it's great to be here with you guys. All right, so here we go. This is a very serious unboxing for me because this is something that I've been waiting. It's that little something, and you can see this right here. So for years, let's get Elvis off of here real quick before he gets hurt. All right. So for years, I've had this, right? Just not, you know, just a plastic. It's all plastic. In fact, look, this thing just unscrews, right? See, it's just plastic. Some people used to fill these with, they would drill into it and then fill this with a plaster or a concrete to make it heavy. And that I wasn't going to do that. Unfortunately, years ago, I met up with a gentleman who had gotten one of these that was actually, it was a real kind of heavy hammer, right? Well, the deal came up on this, and today this came in, and I was like, oh, what was this? I kind of forgot about it because it was taking a couple of extra days to come in. But here we go. Look at this. Oh my. It's the real deal. All right. So this is about, it weighs, you know, about 8 pounds. Although, you know, one might think that it's a little more than that. So let's put this over there. All right. Ooh, it'll be right by the mic, so you'll hear it crinkling the whole time. So anyway, this has got a nice weight to it. You can see it's pretty cool. Saw one of these at Comic-Con years ago, almost got it and didn't. It's got a great length on the handle here. It's got this kind of a, I think it's maybe a faux leather strap, but it's nice looking. I don't need anything that's too crazy, right? Just something with a little weight to it. That's all I'm looking for. So this is really, really cool. If you bang somebody with this, they're going to be in a little trouble. So there we go. And then let's get rid of that. And then look, it's got this stand that comes with it. Let's get this out of the box. And then let's just get rid of the box. All right. So here you go. It's got this rock formation piece, and then it sets right in there just like that. You gotta love it. How about that? Pretty cool. A nice unboxing. Yeah. Let's not kill ourselves with it though, right? I thought this thing lit up, but it doesn't. So I'll have to get something to light it up, like this thing. So anyway, pretty cool. Let's take a look here. I want to make sure that I saw Miss So was here with me tonight. That's awesome. Haven't seen you in a short bit. It is very nice. Look at this. Cars and crypto. What's going on? It's Alex. The name a little bit. So look at that. One of the comic guys I follow made a custom Thor hammer for me a few years ago. He makes stuff like that by hand. Really? Well, I'm not. How heavy is yours? That's what I'd like to know. Yeah, I did. I got it. There was like a deal on a percentage off, and it really took it down to the right price for me. So I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. Let's just get it over with and get it done and get it out of the cart waiting. Because Miss So, I would love to, even if it's something a little more like the other, I would love to do that. You did a video about it. Okay, good. I'll check that out. I will check that out. Listen, you can hear it coming off of there when I'm talking. So, yeah, it has been a minute. I've been talking about it. It's been sitting in my cart for a long time. It's just waiting for the right minute, right? And then look at this. I don't know, Alex, I don't know if you saw this or Miss So. We went up north and I stopped at a Love's, and they had a big sale on the horn glasses. So like this one here is like a juice glass. It was like $3.75. Is really cool. So it's got a little pattern on there and stuff. It's really neat. And then my other favorite part, I'm gonna put this right back down here in the stand. Here's another one that I got. There we go. This one is really cool. And then also, where's the other one that I don't remember where I put the other one. Here's this one. This is the mug, which is very similar to the one that I got before from my kids. And then I have one other horn one that's got the stand with it. And it was just here. There it is. Hold on. I got it. I'm still organizing from earlier today. And there you go. There's the other one. So these were normally like $30 down to $7.50. So, and then this is, for those who haven't seen it, there's the wolf. It's on there. It's pretty cool. Pretty neat. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. I grabbed a hold of the guy that was there at the store. I'm like, excuse me, are these prices right? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, cool. So I picked up plenty of stuff. Yeah, that is for sure. That is for sure. And I think I've mentioned it maybe on this show. I've mentioned it before. That when we were over in Ireland, our guide there on the bus, she told us that the Viking, when the Vikings would come through the island, it was a very, it was a scary time for people at that point because they didn't know when they might show up, right? So she likened it at that time, because it's been a few years back now, heading for 10 years ago already. Ugh. That they brought, yes, it was a scary time. So at that time, she said it's kind of like ISIS. It's like when you don't know when somebody's going to strike. And of course, I always historically say yes, but the Vikings weren't cowards about it. They came in and just did it. Whereas, you know how those other guys work. So anyway, but she said we do have them to thank for our harbors and trade. We didn't have that until they were there. Everything was just traded within the islands, and nothing going out and coming in. So the Vikings, when they did invade and did come in, and they set up these harbors for trade to get things back to their place, but also to work with other people. So that and the red hair. So there you go, Alex. You and me, brother. See, that's where that comes from. And I didn't realize that until she said that. So she says, yes, I have them to thank for my daughter's red hair. So, um, so anyway, it's great hanging here tonight. I will let you all get back to it, and keep your ears ready. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Do that with anybody that you find out there that is giving you some cool content. And it's a great way. And the more we grow here, the more interviews we can get. Right now, I'm looking to get an interview with Randy Jackson from Zebra. They're going to be back in town, and coming up real soon. So hopefully this coming Wednesday, I can talk with them. And thank you for sharing. I'm going to check out that video, and then let's chat just a little bit more if I need to ask you about that. And to get something like that would be great. So yeah, Randy Jackson. Then there's my friend David Tedder just talked to me today. He gave me a shout, and he just sent me a new band recently. And I'll tell you what, let me see if I can remember what that was. He just sent it to me. And I want to tell you what it is because he's really cool and sends me all this stuff. So I get their releases and stuff, and I know what they have. He just sent it to me the other day. Doggone it. I'll tell you, but we were just talking about him today. Oh man, it's a really cool radical name too. Here. Blitz. Blitz is the name of the band. So let me tell you just a little bit. The Kicking Up a Storm is the brand new album. The label is Shock Records Vanity Music Group. The release date is going to be April 28th. So next month. Stuart Corden is the bassist and lead singer. Hey. For the UK melodic metal outfit Blitz. They'll be doing interviews. So we're going to be working on that. So we should be able to do that. And yeah, so I will let you know more about those guys. And that's I got that straight from Dave Tedder of Head First Entertainment. So thanks again to Dave, and look forward to that. Then he's got a list of other bands too that we're going to be covering here. Because I told him, I said, everybody's important. All the bands are important. If I like it, if I'm listening to it and I think it's got some merit, yeah, damn right, we'll have them in. Like Dave Tedder's the one that hooked us up with Hell's Addiction. So even though they kind of went their own directions recently, still great record. Still check that out. 9 O'Clock Horses. It's a great way to get a great record. Don't worry about, how the band is. Just it was their last hurrah, I guess. So it's a great record. So check it out. But Blitz, that's who we're talking about. And hopefully he's going to be able to help me out with Randy Jackson from Zebra. All right, guys. I think that is it for me. Keep your ears peeled. There's Lance. Lance, they just finished up, right? They just finished up with some bowling. So yes, thank you. Hit that like button. And a big hello from him. And I always love all the love that goes around. On this date in 1977, AC/DC released the album Let There Be Rock, which is a song that's on my song list for my band. And on this date in 1983, Pink Floyd released the album The Final Cut. I bought that album, and it's not necessarily one of their biggest releases and one of their biggest critical successes, but it is still a good record. I still really like it. So the final episode of Little House on the Prairie aired on this date in '83. And are you here to say hello?
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness. Yes, thank you.
And so that way, wait, where's the camera?
Yeah, it's right there. So
I'm trying to point out you, but I can't do it. I give up.
I think it's turning into something that Alex is here. So on this date in 1980, the season 3 finale of Dallas aired on CBS. I heard you guys talking about that on the other show, and I wasn't a big Dallas guy either. While you're here, honey, were you a Dallas person?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah. Who shot JR?
What about Knots Landing?
Yeah.
Okay. Dallas, okay. I wasn't a watcher of that.
Oh yeah, because it had the guy from Bewitched.
Well, yeah, no, not Bewitched. I Dream Jeannie, yeah.
One of those.
Both gorgeous women. Happy 62nd birthday to Matthew Broderick. One of my coworkers worked with Matthew Broderick out in New York. She worked in the on Broadway with stage production. It's still one of my all-time favorite stories. I may have her on the show sometime, and I'll let her tell that story herself. And it features Stephen Sondheim. But no, she's actually credited in the film The Producers, because she worked with Nathan Lane as well. So 29 years ago today, March 21st, 1995, News Radio premiered. I have that whole series over there. I need to watch it. I've still never seen it front to back. Aw, Miss So says hello to Christine. So yeah. All right, Miss So, I'm going to go look for that video. In the meantime, you guys have a great rest of the evening. There's a little bit left of it, and I'm going to get to bed early because I've got plenty going on tomorrow. And we're going to get to doing some cooking things. And then I'm going to shoot a video, I think. I've got to get this new vinyl stuff put away and laser discs. And do you see how this is back here, right? Do you see how this is back here? So it's all pretty tight. And I'm wondering if maybe I need to get some sort of, let's put a pin in that. There's something I need to do so that I can so that I don't have to just completely take my collection apart, because I have a stack like this right now to put away, and they're not going to fit because it's tight. But I've got room down here, but you have to start at the beginning because I have new laser discs, and one of them is A. So for America. So that means I got to start from the beginning, and I'm going to have to work my way all the way across through everything again. So yeah, I don't know. I've got an idea though of something I might have to do. So yeah, we'll see you later. And thank you again, you guys. I really appreciate it. Hey, there's B-sides. All right. Do you add shelves or purge some? I don't purge yet. Okay, so B-sides, I just stepped on to their channel and was checking that out. So while you're here, B-sides, tell us a little bit about what happens on your channel. Do you play B-sides? I'm just wondering. I love that artwork of yours. That is really, really cool. And Miss So, are you familiar with B-sides? I'm gonna take it. Is your name B? There's so much to ask, and I know you're typing, so I'll stop talking as if, are you gonna say anything? I'll wait. I'll give it some time. So anyway, yeah, hammer time. It's gonna be hammer time from now on. There we go. We play a little of everything. Just depends on the mood. Okay, so you play B-sides? That's what you play? Yeah, I know I am not, but that's a kick-ass avatar. Yeah, absolutely. but is it B-side? I made a comment while I was there before I had to switch back over um, to get ready for this. I made a comment about one of my all-time favorite B-sides. I have lots of favorite B-sides. When I was in college, that's what I would do. I'd go down to the um, student kind of the where we could get food down there, whatever they called that. It's like a commons area. So I would do that, and then I'd go on the jukebox, and I wouldn't necessarily play the main song. I'd play B-sides. So like I think Phantoms was out by then by the Fix, and I used to play Question, which I think it was the flip side of Are We Ourselves, I think. Um, so here we go. I love records, and my friend always teased me about being like Aunt B or a deviant den mother feeding all my punk friends and stuff. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, hey, would you like to do a show with me sometime? Let me know. Um, yeah, I'm gonna run back to your channel and give you a sub on that too. So that's great. Things here are growing, and I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you who are doing that. It's going to help, as I said earlier, it'll help with a lot of these interviews that I know I can get. And it's just I want to make sure that they've got something going. So all right, cool. Well, let's chat about it. I got to figure out the best way to do that. We'll get that figured out. I guess I'll have to figure that out. But yeah, let's try to do that. Let's stay in touch, and let's figure that out. Here is, I'll tell you what. Here, let's do that. I'll give you my email. How about that? Can I do it this way? I don't know if I could do it that way. There you go. Hey, Blake, what's up? All right, so yeah, just email me there, and then we can keep in touch, and we'll get it figured out. What'd you say? Bill must be outrageous. Hey, what do you think about this? That's it, Blake, right there, man. That's the deal, man. She's heavy. She's metal. She's heavy metal. So yeah, I look forward to doing that. That's going to be fun. That's really another thing of what this channel is all about. It's about getting people together. We talk about some stuff. I don't know where you are, but if you're ever in the St. Louis area, there's a great place called the Silver Ballroom. Actually, there's another sister bar to that as well. But the Silver Ballroom is down in kind of it's in the city area, just on the outer edges of the city. And it's all, you go inside, there's two shotgun rooms. You go in the first room, it's a bar all the way down. And at the end, at the wall, is a jukebox full of punk music. That's it. Nothing else, just punk music. And then you go to the other shotgun room, and it's all pinball machines. So it's a great, great place. So if you're into pinball and you're into punk, that's a place. All right. Thank you. Thanks for stopping in. And I hope you're giving a sub. And I'll catch you real soon. Give me a write there at the email address. Blake, I'm not lifting that. I'm all right worthy. However, I do. Oh, Vision lifted it to this day. Well, yeah, I know. Well, they did it in the movies, right? Did he do it in that comics? I don't know. But anyway, one thing I'm going to be doing is going through. Yes, sounds like a great road trip. Yeah, come on in. I'll take care of you. We'll get you. All right, Deadeyed 83. Hey, what's up? Thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Cool artwork. I like that as well. Man, I'm just staying for all the artwork. I'm digging it. This is really cool stuff. Wow. Yeah. See, I got to do some more stuff and get it ready. I was just telling my buddy Jeff today that it's great to be home for spring break and doing all this stuff. It's really, really cool. Oh, that's your husband. All right, cool. All righty, all right. Good, good, good. Good. It's a family night. That's fantastic. Well, thank you both and welcome. Welcome. Look forward to doing some content, and you guys can check out the content that I've got and see what you think of that. And then hopefully we'll get you together on that. So, yeah, one of the things I was saying earlier on the channel there was that of all the B-sides that I love, Closet Chronicles is one of my favorites. It's the B-side to Point of No Return. And yeah, I remember Sammy Hagar on the flip side of, I don't think that it was I Can't Drive 55. It might have been Your Love Is Driving Me Crazy. Because I think VOA was the B-side to I Can't Drive 55. And the other single that he had in there, they had Dick in the Dirt was the other single. It was the B-side of that other one. So yeah. Yeah, great to meet you guys too. Yep. It's so interesting to find some of these live ones. Always keep your eye on the side. If you look down the side when you've probably seen it. It's got that little red box there says live, and it's really, really cool. Yes, very, very cool album. I even like the I Never Said Goodbye album. It's got a lot of great stuff on it. Don't know that I would call it a great album. Certain albums I call great, certain albums I don't, just because I'm picky as shit. But it's like I always say, it comes down to that debate that I had with a coworker friend of mine years ago that I haven't seen in God knows how long. And he mentioned that Bark at the Moon was a great album, and I'm like, not a great album. It's got great songs, but it's not a great album. And when he tried to tell me that again, I said, so you're looking forward to listening to So Tired every time? And he's like, no, that song sucks. I go, there you go. Not a great album. It is. It is. Yeah, I know. It is. It's too bad. And what's really wild though is Wolfgang was just here in town. I still have yet to get kind of a review of how that show went. I don't know how many people showed up, but he played a very small venue here in town, so that was kind of interesting. Yeah, right. Yeah, the worst part about it is you're thinking ahead. All right, if you're like me, your brain runs right through that record, right? Oh, maybe I'll listen to. Oh yeah, So Tired. Yeah, no. I'll tell you what, that's the one great thing about streaming now. You can always make a playlist where you can put that in there and leave that song out. So you could do that. Or back in the day when you had your CD player, you could program in the certain songs to play and skip So Tired. Can't do that on vinyl though. You just have to be ready to run over the turntable and go and put it down after it. So yeah, there's just there's all the new ways around it all. Guys, do yourself a favor. If you dig Yes, like 90125, I just was listening to a great interview this morning. I know I mentioned him a lot. It's just I check out a lot of his videos recently. Rick Beato's really had this surge of interviews lately. It's like he went on some interview tour. I mean, he talked to every member of the police separately. He had Nuno Betancourt in. He did, and I don't know. I think all of these are relatively new, but Michael McDonald he talked to, and just all kinds of people. But in the past, he's talked to Christopher Cross and so many different people. But great interviews nonetheless. And I have no clue where I was going with that. Son of a monkey. What was it? It was something important. It was something cool. I know it was, but nonetheless, Need to watch more of his channel. Yeah, it is good stuff. It is. It is. He's very knowledgeable about. I'm knowledgeable about the bands and the music, but he's knowledgeable about actually playing the music. So, oh yeah, thanks. Yes, that's where we were going. So it never happens. No, I've just got so much going on up here. I digress and just lose myself. So anyway, if you like, yes, if you like, um, you know, three, if you haven't checked out three, do yourself a favor and check it out. That's Robert Barry and Keith Emerson and Carl Palmer. I've been talking a lot about it lately. 6x6 is the brand new band that Robert Barry's doing with Nigel Glockler from Saxon and Ian Crichton from Saga. So check that out. But years ago, there's a gentleman named Jeff Kanata. And if you haven't checked out Kanata before, or Archangel was a band that he had created as well, or was in, and he wrote the stuff. And they have some really, really good stuff. It's kind of pop rock with a slight of prog to it. Also, another good band to check out is World Trade. Check out their first album. I like their first album and their third album. First album is freaking outstanding. It's Billy Sherwood, who's now in Yes. But my God, that first World Trade album is killer. It's just self-titled. Second album, it just didn't impress me much. I was a little Shania Twain about that one. But that's probably one of the weirdest jokes I've ever used on here. So nonetheless, it was just okay. The newer one, what the hell's the name of it now? I can't think of it. It's not Euphoria. That's Def Leppard. It's kind of similar to that. Anyway, and it's better. It's still not as good as that first record, but it is better than the second record. And if you're in that same vein and you're still going back years ago, check out Hybrid Ice. I just told you about them the other day. Check out Hybrid Ice. Really good stuff. So Hybrid Ice, Kanata, Archangel, and 3. If you haven't listened to 3, it's all out there. And then 3.2 stuff is available too. So yeah, do yourself a favor, especially if go on. I think you might have to go on YouTube. I'm not sure what World Trade is available. I know the Kanata stuff, which is spelled Cannata, and then Archangel, no S, just Archangel 1, ARC, and then Angel. So check that out. And then yes, the new Saxon is good. It's really good. They're on tour over in Europe, and I'm hoping to get an interview with Nigel through Robert, and then also Biff Byford. I would love to talk with him one of these days. Yeah, bands like Flying Colors. All right, so I'm not familiar with that. Pineapple Thief. No, I'm not familiar. Thank you. I am getting my notepad out, which I keep right here, and I'm going to write those down right now, because what I will do, I'm telling you, I do this a lot. Somebody will mention these bands and I will just go straight onto my streaming because I have my headphones on all the time. And now it's at that time of night where I should be hitting the hay because I got to get to bed early, but I'm going to have to play a little bit of Rocket League before I go to bed. And Flying Colors and Pineapple Thief. All right. I was talking about covers also today. Some really great covers out there. And I'll start coming up with a list. I do too. A friend of mine that I met through my wife's work told me about, and I've mentioned this before, told me about Maze and Frankie Beverly and Maze. And I did that exact thing. The next morning I got up, made a playlist, and just started listening to it. And I just fell in love with it. It's great. I just picked up, that's 2 of the albums I got to get crammed in here. So yeah. So I do appreciate that, man. I really do. That's great. This is what this is about here. One of the big things that we do is I just want to make people aware of different bands because the corporate radio situation is not going to tell you about those. And something I'm going to talk about that Rick Beato video will tell you a little bit more about the things that I'm talking about with that. So, and about the reason why I exist. I had a friend of mine ask me, why do you want to do that? Why do you want to talk to these people? And I'm like, and it took me a second. I took a minute to think about it. And I told him, I said, look, if I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and tell people that there's still great music out there and there's still bands that you should listen to, when people say they don't do music like they used to, you're like, no, that's a lie, because they do. And there's people out there making the good music from everything. I mean, from punk, there's bands out there doing punk. There's still the hardcore metal bands. There's a lot of cool metal bands out there that are still kicking ass and doing great stuff. Saxon. I mean, everything from the older bands like Saxon and Maiden. I like that last Maiden album. New Judas Priest album is great. The album before that by Judas Priest, Firepower, was great. They've really had a really good rejuvenation working with Richie Faulkner, working with Glenn Tipton, and doing some great music. And Richie's got riffs like crazy. KK Downing leaving Judas Priest. We want to think sometimes that these are tragic things, but they're not. I mean, they're doing great on tour, and they took Burning Witches on tour. I love Burning Witches, a great band, and so you get these kind of things. Thunder Mother's another one of my other favorite bands. I bring this up all the time. Scorpions took them on the road, so just great stuff. Also, I just want to see what this is. Tell us the name of it. It's called Silver Ballroom, and it's in a kind of a historic part of St. Louis, by what was called the Bevo Mill, where they had it was kind of a Holland type big windmill down there. But yeah, it's a great place, Silver Ballroom. And yeah, it's a great place. I'm going to get down there and do a video from down there for Go Game Go as well. Yeah. Should have lots of, yeah, you ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. Yeah. Pop in on a show, man. There's this coming Wednesday, I'll probably have an interview on, but I love it when people chat in and they want to ask questions. I have no problem with that. So many Gen X friends who refuse to look up new music, even though plenty of younger bands are putting out great stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Check out Generation Landslide. That was a gentleman I just spoke to, Anthony White. I spoke to him a few weeks ago about their album. A lot of fun. Check out this album, 9 O'Clock Horses. I'll mention it again, by Hell's Addiction. That's a great album. Nicked It to the New Priest. Yeah, it's good. Catchy songs front to back. Yeah. Which one did you, I'm not going to ask that question. Hang with me. I'm going to do a deep dive into those last two records because I like Firepower so much that I need to absorb Invincible Shield. I need to absorb it a little bit more. Panic Attack I've heard quite a few times because the single came out. But I want to absorb it a little bit more, get that organic feel back. The toughest part is that there's so much music available that it's hard to absorb albums anymore, just because, it's like there's so much, especially doing this and just trying to know the music. There's so many albums out there that I love, but if I were to try to do what I used to do with Iron Maiden and Judas Priest back in the day, and remember what songs are on there or what the name of a certain song is that I really, really liked from the album, I'm hard pressed to do that because there's just so much. I mean, back in the day, yeah, I mean, I couldn't afford to buy all the records. I had to buy, a few records. So I really took those in, and you looked at the album cover because it was huge, right? So you could absorb all of the titles. And when you thought about the album, you could see the titles of the songs. Not to tell you that I could go through and tell you every song in order on um, on Power Slave, but I could get close and I would know the songs. So, but to do them in order, I'm a little rusty on that now. But um, but back in the day, you would know those songs. You would because you'd put the record on, play that side or the cassette and play that side. Then you would have to flip it over, or if you had a cassette that would flip it, auto flip it. But you were like, there's that break. So you knew, like 707, the first side ends with Hell or High Water, and the second side originally ends with their second ballad on that record, which is called Out of the Dark, which is a beautiful, beautiful song. Both Heartbeat um, and and that song, both of those ballads on that record are great. 707 Megaforce. If you haven't listened to it, listen to it. It's freaking phenomenal. One of the greatest pop rock albums of all time and totally overlooked. So, yeah. Let me see here. Make sure I get everything in. Good. Yes. Yep. Catatonia. You've done it to me again, my friend. I'll write it down. I can't wait. And now I'm just dropping shit all over. Just hold on to your pen, dude. The older we get, the harder it is to even hold on to a Fargan pen. Catatonia. I am a big fan of Ari and Anthony Lucasen. How about that? Are you a big fan of that? I like Camelot's one of my favorites. I'm a big fan of Queensryche from the EP until Empire, and yeah, Empire. I like Q2K. I liked that. I liked Here and the Now Frontier. But then there was like Tribe, and there's Operation Mindcrime 2 was terrible. I really didn't like it. But then they got Todd LaTorre in the band, and they've done some really, really good stuff. Winger's another one of my favorite bands. Operation Mindcrime is definitely what I would call a great album. A great album. Yes, I am. Jenny and I saw Camelot. Oh, really? Very nice. I did see Camelot. They opened a show over across the river, and I it's sad to say it, but I almost forgot that I'd seen them because I didn't see them with Khan. I saw him with a new singer who's great. So he's a great singer. I have nothing against him. It's just I really liked Khan. And my wife bought me their live album, and or on DVD. She bought me that live DVD, and I fell in love with it. The Khan was such a great front man. He is, in his own way, he ranks right up there with Russell Allen from Symphony X. Russell Allen is one of the greatest singers in rock and hard rock and metal that I have ever heard, and commands the crowd when he's up on stage. That's all there is to it. And if you've never seen Symphony X, definitely check them out. If you haven't heard them, I want to tell you to start with The Odyssey. Is a great record to start with, although I started with the one just before that, which was Symphony X. I think it was 5, the new mythology suite is, I think, what it's called. Yeah, I liked him as well. Saw them with the new singer. Yeah. Still, yeah, absolutely. Still good. Still good. Good singer. Um, if you haven't checked out Burning Witches, though, check them out. Thunder Mother, so worth it. They have a brand new one coming. I'm eager to check out more by The Warning. I want to have those young gals on the show. Um, and I know it's tough too because a lot of times people think it's just all about hard rock for me, and it's really not. There is a couple of gals that are sisters out of Texas that I want to have them back on the show. They do kind of a country pop kind of a thing. So it's just about music, really. But yeah, my main thing is hard rock because a lot of the people that I know that I can contact and talk to are hard rock people. Uh, Yes, Arion. The source is incredible, and the stuff he did, the dream sequencer stuff, with the Universal Migrator Part 1 and 2. I just was looking at my CD collection back there, and I have that one. I also have the Human Experiment. Is that what it was called? Um, and good stuff. I don't think I have the source CD, but have you heard the Star One stuff that he did? That stuff is really cool. The first album was all about his favorite outer space movies and television programs because he has Blake 7 on there. The second album was all about earthbound science fiction movies like The Matrix and others. And then this new one that they just put out is all about time travel. So it's got Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and other stuff. So Star One is great. Good. See, we are such on the same page. Man, this is crazy. This is great, brother. Man, this is fun. All right. Well, good. Well, let's keep it up. Let's keep these things flowing as I come back and we'll do some more. I got to do some of these quick deep dives. I'm going to see about doing a video, and I'm sorry about the mess. And I'm not going to give a shit about the mess because otherwise I just won't film it for you and I won't get it done. And I got to get these new albums and laser discs put in. So I'll set my camera up over there and show you what I do, and then I'll run it in fast time. How about that? And then we can, I'll also have to get back to I'm going to have to get into doing some shorts about my multiplicity, the albums for which I have multiple copies. So that's always things. Oh, you have the Arian Blu-rays if you need. I do. Yes, I do. Yeah. Oh my God. Really? The one thing when I was over in Europe or getting ready to go over, I think maybe it was, he was going to be playing a big concert over in the Netherlands. And I was like, man, I really wanted to go. We're talking about heading over to Europe again. And I was like, well, AC/DC's playing over in the Netherlands. So, and also, while I've got you here, then just remember to here, I don't know if you've heard, this is one that I always throw out because it's my buddy Toby Jepson. From the UK. So it's Wayward Sons from the UK. I don't know if you've heard them or not. But yeah, just have her get a hold of me through my email and then we'll start chatting and I can, we'll get all that figured out and I can get you an address and stuff like that too. So that'd be great. Yeah. Oh man, good. Okay. I'm excited for you. See, I just said this earlier. Did I say it earlier today or I said it yesterday or something? I get excited now for people. I don't pull that shit anymore where where you shame people. You don't really mean to, but it's just one of those things where somebody says they haven't heard of something and you're like, what? You haven't heard of that? I'm done with that. I'm more excited for you. It's like a movie you haven't seen. I'm so excited you get to still watch that. You've never seen that? That's awesome. You get to still see it. I already know about it. So that's cool still, but geez, you get to see it for the first time. Oh, that'll be great. Yes, I can't wait to hear from her. That'll be awesome. So yeah, so I'm really excited. Oh, one more. All right, one more. I'm going to tell you about one more band, and that is this band. The lead vocalist of this band These guys really don't exist anymore. It's like another one of my favorites, Crucified Barbara. But the lead singer of Machine Men is a big fan of Maiden and always wanted to do his own band. It lasted like 3 records, and they are still available. You can still find them out there. But Circus of Fools is I think that was the first one that I heard, and then they have 2 other ones besides that. But just check out Circus of Fools first. It's so great. Such a great record. And then, like I said, Crucified Barbara. In fact, the gentleman who is getting me hooked up with the band I was talking about earlier, Berserk, and is that what I said the name was? See, now Blitz. Sorry, Berserk. I'm thinking Atari. So he told me a while ago. I said, yeah, it's like when I got into Crucified Barbara, and I got into their album, The Midnight Run, at my library, of all places. And then soon after that, they put out In the Red. And then right after that, they broke up. So, thanks again for being here for that. Yeah, I really appreciate it, you guys. I really, really do. And I'm really excited for the channel. We're heading close to 100. So tell your friends, and we'll get this thing on a roll here. And then I'm going to be retiring coming up. It's coming up. And so that's why I'm kind of building this so that it's ready to roll when I'm done with what I'm doing now. So, yep. Talk to you soon. Thank you. And to Jenny as well. Look forward to hearing from you guys. And thank you, Miss So. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. Alex, thanks for being here. Thanks, Lance. And also to Blake. Thanks everybody for being here tonight. And I hadn't expected even beyond this doggone long. So it's time for Rocket League and time for bed. So I'm going to put this back up. Bing, ging, ging, ging. And you guys have a great rest of the evening. We will talk with you soon.